Say hi to YouTube. Hi, YouTube. I hope you guys are doing great. We're back to Bakemonogatari after Made in Abyss, which still haunts me. That was rough. But anyway, with Bake, a lot seems to be going on. Which scene is each? I know, dude. I know. Sometimes I don't even know myself. And actually, let me go ahead and put up. There you go. Let me put up chat. We need chat to be in here. But yeah, there's been a lot happening, and even with that, I still sort of remember the gist of episode 9. If I remember correctly, chat told me that this was a 2-episode arc, right? If I remember correctly, or was it 3-episode arc? Chat, remind me, please. Yeah, you guys are the experts on this. Yeah, 2-episode arc. So I guess this is the finale of this arc. Regardless, I'm excited, man. Bake usually tends to promote a lot of good opportunities to dissect pretty much anything and everything available. Let's just go into it. That's probably the best way I can put it. I'm not going to stall any longer. Let's just go. And also, let me get this a little bit less. There you go.
それならジャギリ縄でまず間違いないだろう、荒木君。ジャキリ、ジャナワ、ジャキリ縄。そのものそのまま口縄って言われることもあるけれど。口縄、つまり蛇か。押野、ジャギリ縄ってどんな怪異なんだ？人の悪意によって使う。
Also, really quick, what's up, Brady? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. What's up, brother? You good? Yeah, keep spamming the TOS times. We'll do an episode of Bach and then we'll get you on, man, because like, you know, we'll talk a little bit and then we'll continue with the shit ton of anime, because I have a big anime night planned today and tomorrow. So.
Ah, 中学生のおまじないみたいなものらしいよ。ジャギリナは素人に扱えるような怪異じゃないんだけど。そもそも、なんでそのお友達はお嬢ちゃんに呪いをかけようとしたんだい？どうも、色恋沙汰らしいぜ。その友達が好きだった男の子が戦国に告って、戦国がそうとは知らずに振っちゃった。それで逆恨みされて、みたいな話。呪いをかけられたと知った戦国は、蛇の呪い全集を読んで、呪いを解く方法を調べ、怪事の儀式を行っていたらしい。蛇を殺せば蛇の呪いが解けるなんて嘘くさい話だけどな。実際、そうやって蛇殺しを始めてから、むしろ状況は悪化したわけだし。
I do gotta ask you guys this, and I know that this is a wild point to like stop. Does it always seem like Ara-kun is literally shifting, like trying to solve everyone else's issues but his own? Because it always felt like, you know, he might have had an issue that was resolved or whatever in his past, and now it's like a weird guilt complex, you know, where he's pushing on, and because there's issues at home. So we've clearly saw that with the snail arc, right? That there's issues that are happening at home, but it feels as though he's willing to go ahead and literally solve everyone else's issues before he's willing to go ahead and it's like before he's willing to solve his own fucking issues at home or his own schema, especially of his parents or whatever. Araragi-kun, I can fix them. Yeah, that's a bad mentality to go ahead and, because tell me this, man, and how many of you guys have ever like gone through compassion fatigue or burnout? I know I have. I'll fucking raise my hand almost immediately, especially from helping out other friends or everything. Yeah, exactly. I can, like, you know, you can have a battery, and it's the best way I can put it, right? Like imagine Zelda's, like, you know, like, or Link's 4 heart, right? And every single action or every time that like you help out a friend or you do something that shares a lot of empathy, or that you tend to like empathize to the max or help out a friend or take out a lot of time, one of those hearts goes down. That's like your energy battery, right? And as you keep going, like, it really starts depleting, and you need time to rest to get those hearts back up. What I've seen is that this man is constantly on the go. He's constantly taking guys to Oshino. And as for Oshino himself, I'm wondering when he's going to get tired of this. I'm wondering when he's literally just going to step out, go for groceries, go for some milk, and not come back. That is honestly what I'm wondering at this point in time. Because if I was in Oshino's position as someone that actually has knowledge in this, Maybe he's doing it for the sake of his safety, or maybe he was doing it for the sake of guardianship, or maybe he's the last fucking person with knowledge in some way, shape, or form. I would have gotten tired of him by now, dude. I would have been like, all right, dude, I've helped you out. I've helped you out twice, 3 times, however many times. Like, you got to start to learn how to stand up for your own self in whatever regards that is, and that sometimes you can't help out everyone else in the world, you know? Granted, there are curses, there are other things out there, but sometimes in this world, hey, it's a rough shot and you got to keep going. So I wonder what it means for Oshino to be in this location at this point in time, after all the events that may have happened, you know? And also, wrapping that all around, right, is I wonder if there are any weird because it seems as though he has a weird issues with attachments, right? And it could be that other people have an attachment to him, but it's also the way that he's it might be Oshino's job, for example. It might be my job as a therapist, but if I'm overwhelmed by a client, I'm going to pass that client off to another therapist. It's not my job to literally keep still be there if like the lines are starting to get blurry from professional to another person. If the lines start to get blurry from, hey, you know what, like, you're trying to look at this more like a friendship, and I'm not your friend, I'm your therapist. So like, let me recommend you to a better therapist or someone that's out there that can put those boundaries there, you know. It might be Oshino's job to do the job, but the way that Ara-kun keeps approaching this is quite literally like blurring those lines quite a bit. If like, you know, essentially if someone keeps coming over and over to you at some point in time, you know, I don't know, time, environment, whatever will literally push you to like put up boundaries, to put up walls. And even if it's new clients, dude, even if it's still coming through the same source, through the same person, through the same everything. So that's all I'm wondering is like mentality wise, if I was Oshino, I'd start planning my exit, because yeah, at some point, you know, if you're really going to look at this, you gotta plan your exit carefully, or not even an exit, but just like a, hey, I'll be back, gotta go travel the world or some shit. I don't know, dude. Gotta go look for more, gotta go to the convention of other people that know how to do fucking exorcisms and take out gods with their roundhouse kicks and shit. Like, you know, I'm sure that there are other people out there. But no, it's important to realize that, because like when boundary lines start to blur, that's where issues arise. This even comes with like your attachments that he's making, i.e., imagine this: Senjugahara, Hanekawa, all of the other characters that he's met are all in a room, right? And they all tell him, hey, you either choose me, like an weird fucked up ultimatum. You either choose me or my friend, or our friendship ends. He's probably gonna like have a breakdown, because at this point in time, it seems as though he has a weird, like, instead of being like, hey, you know what, that's not cool, that's not what friends should do or whatever, he has a really, really strong attachment to all of these individuals, you know? And whether it's a helping attachment, whether it's like a guilt like thing, whether it's something traumatic that happened in his past specifically that gave him his powers, that is now causing him to go ahead and like do certain actions. I don't know, man. But being pulled into a world, you have to remember, you always have the choice as to how far you get pulled into a world and what those actions are. Hi, Tomlin. This is Bakemonogatari. Hope you're doing well, brother. Araragi would be a terrible psychologist, but man, I'm sort of looking at him like a client, right? Like if this person were to come in and they were to tell me, hey, you know what, I'm bringing this person to therapy with you, I'd be like, what does it mean for you to bring this person in? What does it mean for you to literally bring Senjugahara to therapy? Why did you feel the need to go ahead and like bring it up in our session together and bring her to therapy and feel the need that was important? Okay, Senjugahara 1. Okay, why'd you feel to bring the snail to therapy? What does she mean to you? Right? You'd keep going over and over and over down the line until all of a sudden I'm like, so what is your life at home? What is your relationship with your sisters and with your parents? What is the schema that you have about them? Right? Do you feel in place or out of place? How are the interpersonal relationships working like? What does it mean? What does it mean for you to have stability in your life? Are you okay with nothing happening in your life? Because it always seems like something is happening to Ara-kun no matter what. So I'd ask him that. What does it mean for nothing to happen in your life? for you to literally be bored, i.e., you wake up in the morning, you'll brush your teeth, you take a shower, you know, you go to the restroom, whatever you need to do. What does it mean to be stuck in that cycle of repetitiveness versus a cycle of new things popping up every so often? And are you okay with that? So on and so forth. It is, yeah, it is really important to be able to bring up these questions in a session in order to try and like find out where he lies, find out what that means for him to actually have some sort of stability, or what it means for him to even have a good relationships. Anyway.
いや、荒木君、蛇のぶつ切りはジャギリ縄の撃退法としちゃ間違っていないよ。というか商法だね。だったらなぜ手順が間違っていたんだよ。
Oh.
呪いを解くのは呪いをかけるより難しいんだ。生半可な知識でやったら状況が悪化するのは当然だよ。それに運も悪かったみたい。
Spam TOS times again, guys. Snoop Dogg. I have to mute it. Oh. That's actually a good song, though. Let's go, guys. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, 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 okay. No. So it's if this OP is correct, I thought this was just a cute OP. But tell me that she has I don't know, feelings for Ara-kun, guys, and quite literally that this show or this series might devolve into quite literally, I don't know, like younger characters starting to evolve these feelings. In which case, I'm kind of fucking scared if this ever evolves into that. What? What? I'm dude, I'm literally looking at the like, you know, I was looking at just the actions. I wasn't even paying attention to the lyrics. I was like, wait a minute. And then I went back and looked at the lyrics right now and I was like, wait a minute, dude. Yeah, teenagers in love can be a fucking crazy thing. You call my name and I float in space. This is like one of those pedestal works, dude. It probably is more fucked up than that. That's not. It's like she's walking behind him, dude. It's like quite literally, it's the romance thing, dude, where like the guy you like was always taking a couple steps in front of you, right? Like that culture thing where like they're like, oh yeah, I'm always walking behind him. Like, this is a more fucked up intro than I thought. But that just won't do anymore. My heart is evolving more and more. The fuck, dude? What the fuck? Okay, guys, I have to really quick do that. You guys get sounds, but we're really close to the TLS time, so for safety. Booba. Yep. Thank you so much. Got this one. So you went out and you came back in. That fucking scared me, Mashiro-sama, I ain't gonna lie. You went out and you came back in and she's still shirtless, brother?
あ、その鱗の跡も消せるんだ。ただ、呪いを解くにはあの神社で儀式をしなければ。
That's fucking
で
weird.
きれば今晩にでも儀式をしたいんだが、戦国、今晩遅くなっても大丈夫か？
わかった。お母さんにはお友達の家でお泊まり会があるって言っておく。
儀式には他にいくつか必要なものがある。僕はそれを集めてくるから、戦国は連絡を済ましておいてくれ。ああ、荷物が多くなるかもしれないから、カンバルも一緒に来てほしいんだけど。
わかった。
戦国が危ない。
You said 456, right? All right, we're almost there.
命に関わる。ジャギリナーは見えない大蛇の姿をしていて、今も戦国を締め付けている。
We're there. Perfect. I'll go ahead and bring you guys back up. Yeah, you fucking terrified me, man. I have a weird fucked up feeling, and I hope that this doesn't come true. Is this girl capable, like, is this girl the jealous type, i.e. she has always been following behind Ara-kun? New girls, new people are now starting to be a part of Ara-kun's life. She kind of sees that he's into, like, occult-like shit, does something that goes wrong, and she ends up in this state in order to get closer to him. I hope that's not the case. I sincerely hope not. She seemed way too she seemed way too happy, brother. Way too happy to, like, for him to be there. Here, let me transition this way, that way. Oh, it's not gonna pull? Damn, Cameron. There we go.
しかしそのクラスメート、戦国ちゃんが自分の好きな人を振ったからって何もそこまで。
いや、呪い自体は大したものじゃない。というよりも、素人の術だから本来は発動されてない。
A spell cast by an amateur, though. That's.
じゃあなんで
呪いを解く手順が間違っていたらしい。
The mad cookies, yeah, it can be like that. It can be like, oh no, I've got a curse, help me. Or it can literally be like, oh hey, I was trying to curse something or someone, accidentally fucked up the thing, and now I gotta go ask for help. You know, because a lot of people like to stay in the background, especially when it comes to like occult like shit. In almost every culture there's some weird, like, not weird, but there's occult like figures, even, you know, pretty much in a lot of cultures, you know. But normally you don't see it out in the light unless like something bad's happened, right? Like cries for help aren't cries for help unless people voice it, right? Or unless it's heard or seen or whatever. So that's why I'm curious, man. I'm curious. I also regularly curse people. Yeah, you scared me, brother.
あそこは本来何でもないはずの場所だったんだけどさ、忍ちゃんがこの町に来たじゃない。貴族の血統の伝説の吸血鬼、怪異の王。
I wonder if there was like a vampire war or some shit, dude. Or like an exorcist vampire. That'd be cool. That'd be fucking cool. Guys, also spam the TOS times, please. How many vampires are in this world?
カンバルの気分が悪くなったのもそのせいだ。
じゃあ、
ああ、あの神社でヘビをしたからジャギリナは発動した。あそこでさえなければ何も問題は起きなかったんだ。
戦国ちゃんは自分から傷を深くしたような。
You don't say.
じゃあ、荒木先輩、そんな曰く付きの場所で呪いを解く儀式をするのは危なくないのか？
いや、ちゃんと手順を踏みさえすれば、あの場所はジャギリナーの存在を際立たせるから、むしろ都合がいいんだ。
So if this is a case, right, and I'll put it in this perspective of self-injury, right? You always have to wonder where it's coming from, you know. And I think it's really, really important that, like, I at least I'm trying to take it that way, i.e., you know, they cause themselves in therapy settings, right? They cause themselves self-injury in order to try and get, like, as a cry for help, and got the help of a person that they may be crushing on. What did that do for them? Did that get the end result that they wanted? Did it put up a new wall? Were they able to actually work on, I don't know, their communication while that was happening? You know, what was the end result that they hoped to get from like having self injuries or doing any part of like self harm, rather well said? That's what I'm curious about, because that's how you could start telling, like, for example, when I say self care, even destructive forms of self care are self care. Like, I always want to point that out, because there are always therapists and other people out there who will quite literally try and shove this narrative that, like, oh, self care is only good. No. Self care is whatever it means to you. I can't tell you what self care is. Self care for me is different than self care for you is. Good or bad forms of self care are self care, right? So I'm wondering how this person in particular, but when it comes to self-harm, by the way, that's different. Self-harm quite literally means harming yourself in any way, shape, or form. Could be psychologically, physically, so on and so forth. But why do that? Oftentimes, it's often self-destructive care. Oftentimes it can stem from a lot of like mental health issues, anxiety, say trauma, or like anything like that. But I'm wondering, why do that for this particular reason, especially seeing how powerful the occult is in this world? I don't know, man. I don't know. So the difference in that, like, even destructive self-care is, for example, there's a difference between destructive self-care and self-harm. If you smoke a pack of cigarettes, it's bad for you. If you smoke cigarettes, it's bad for you, but it's not going to kill you, or like not going to like, automatically harm you, right? But if you decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and like drunk drive, or like all of a sudden that you're crossing the lines. There are lines that you can't cross. You're like, oh yeah, I'm going to hurt myself. I'm going to burn the cigarettes into my skin. That's self-harm, right? And there is self-harm in that of itself, but it's more like, at what point, for example, even gambling could be seen as destructive self-care, right? But people often use it as like a distraction or getaway for whatever's happening in the world. So it's just managing it. How do you manage one versus the other? Even with, for example, good things. If I was too into, say, like one of the good things that I do, like say that I was only focused on fucking writing, right? And everything else escapes my world. But that was my self-care. At that point, if that's starting to intrude on my like real life stuff, it becomes destructive self-care. It can even become harmful self-care if it gets to a point where it starts affecting me physically, emotionally, so on and so forth. Yeah, so there can be a fine line. Thanks so much, Maple Moon. Have a good night, man, or a good stream. Hi, Geek Me. Bye, Geek Me. I don't know if you're staying or going. Oh, saying bye for Maple. Got it.
痛い時は痛いでいいんだ。
その通りだぞ。縛られるだけならまだしも、縛られっぱなしというのは存外肉体的にはきついものだからな。
縛られることをまだしもと表現する理由も、暗に精神的なきつさを除外した理由も、僕には分からねえよ、カンバル。じゃあ、行くぞ。
Damn, this is a long ass walk, man. Because she already has someone that she likes, right? Right. I'm fucking done, dude. Guys, I literally... Oh gosh, dude. God. Okay, dude. Okay. How much do you remember? You helped me when I was a little kid, and that's why I got emotionally attached to you or some shit, right? Right? That's okay. I still forgive you and love you. Oh.
戦国の方こそよく僕のことを覚えてた。
なでこ、あんまり人と遊ぶことなかったから。
You smiled at me, you talked to me, you broke down all my barriers, and I became incredibly anxiously attached to you, to the point where I would turn down other kids my age to try and go out with you. Bruh? Excuse me?
あの頃、放課後まで一緒に遊ぶような友達ってララちゃんくらいだったし。
ララちゃんって月日ちゃんのこと？
ララちゃんとは中学で別々になっちゃったけど。
You smiled at me, we're basically dating, right, Brady?
ちゃんと遊んだことは全部大切な思い出だから。
Did you become a shut-in or something? But playing with you and Lala are all the memories that I hold dear. Yeah, that sounds like a yandere in the making. Ladies and gentlemen, please make a lot of memories, you know, like, yeah, you can meet some really fucking amazing people some days that can help you out of whatever, but also, like, there are other memories to be made out there. You could even make memories with them, more memories than just, like, playing with you and Lala, or all the memories that are, all the memories, is all, you know, not even like, hey, I had a good birthday, or hey, I have other friends, or, you know, that sounds a bit toxic, I ain't gonna lie. I'd be a little scared of being around this girl. Maybe I shouldn't have seen the OP. Now I'm kind of... So smiling equals dating. Got it. Gotta write that down. Alright, gonna quickly hide the screen, ladies and gentlemen.
気分は大丈夫か？
あらかじめ覚悟を決めてきたからな。思ったより平気だ。
じゃあ、とっとと準備するか。カンバル。確かに僕は鱗の跡が消えているかどうか確かめるために肌の見えやすい服を用意してくれとは頼んだが、なんでよりにもよってスクール水着を持ってくるんだ？
私としては
Is this really TOS?
好みに合わせたつもりだったのだが。
合わせるな。
好みなのは否定しないのだな。
真ん中に座って。シートの上な。そのお守りを力いっぱい握って目を閉じて呼吸を整えて祈ればいいんだってさ。
祈るって何に？
何かに。多分この場合は。
分かった。
I mean, it's a swimsuit, but it's not like... I'm throwing it back on.
小読みお兄ちゃん、ちゃんと見ててね。
That's a bit...
なんでこのこと、ちゃんと見ててね。
ああ、任せとけ。
I'm so glad Ara-Ara-kun doesn't have glasses, otherwise, bruh, that's some weird fucking shit. The best way I can put a bigger TOS will come. Yeah, red flag. Hide. That's some weird exhibitionist shit, dude. Fade to black now? Fuck, dude. Ah, okay. 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 So before we continue, so it's like a weird fucking pedestal work. It's essentially like, I don't know, like if someone was putting like if someone was putting like Emilia or someone on a giant fucking pedestal, man, and they're like, "Oh my God, Emilia smiled at me. I'm gonna go ahead and get a fucking curse on me, and like maybe Emilia can fucking heal me. That way she's closer to me." That type of weird fucking mentality. That's like jealousy. That's so many different. When the relationship is yeah yeah. Because like that's the number one way that I can put it is like people that like, and it happens regularly. If we're gonna break it down in that regard, right? When it comes to friendships, when it comes to admirations, to a certain point where all of a sudden it's no longer just normal admirations, but like parataxic distortions or so now it goes basically great or 101 things. Like you end up putting people at a like level where even the memories, for example, they put like charming music behind that, but I bet you just as much if you put a regular fucking song behind that, like the tone changes. He was just being normal, like, "Hey, yeah, I can fix your bike. Cool. It's cool if you call me that, whatever, dude." But like she's putting this sweet music behind it. So it's quite literally that her belief, her perspective as to the scenario that happened is like cherry blossoms and everything. Like, "Oh, I wish I had an older brother. Oh, I wish I was able to go ahead and do shit." Like, I don't know, bro. Sorry, guys. You guys can't see this real quick until we're back. 12:49. Okay, got it. Oh, okay. I thought this was going to be a... Looks good. I think we're safe. Snake girl, yeah. I wonder if the the snakes are going to get fucking pissed and come back in and fucking be like, "Nah, you killed too many of us."
またオシノさんに借りを作ってしまったな。こんなに強力なものなら代償をかなり要求されたのではないのか。
いや、あれに関しては借りはないんだ。ガンバル、ここが良くないものの吹き溜まりになってるって話はしただろう。あれ、場合によっては妖怪大戦争になってたかもしれない危険なものだったんだ。この神社にお札を貼ったことで僕らはそれを未然に防いだんだよ。
Oh shit, okay.
そんな大事だったのか。
ああ、あのお守りはそのお
Ah, fuck.
釣りだ。
1340 to 1438. All right. I think this is fine as long as it doesn't come off. Number one thing.
解除の儀式とはかなり時間がかかるものだな。
ああ、だが気長に待つしかないだろう。
Okay, cool.
なあ、荒木先輩、戦国ちゃんも随分疲れている。あのジャギリ縄だが一気に剥がして。
Okay, camera angles. Okay, camera angles.
僕ならジャギリ縄に触れて引き剥がすことができるらしいんだけど。それはやめておいた方がいい。そんなことをしたら間違いなくジャギリ縄は荒木君に襲いかかってくるだろう。それにたとえそれを回避してもジャギリ縄は今度は呪いをかけて
Anime moment, yeah.
のところに帰ってしまうそうだ。
The cameraman, you guys aren't appreciating the cameraman at all, you anime fans. Yeah. I'm sure someone let me get my headphones. Yeah, if you guys are in public, get your headphones, ladies and gentlemen, because yeah, get your headphones, ladies and gentlemen. But you guys aren't appreciating the cameraman's work, the sophistication it takes for a cameraman to be able to go that low and be able to do these angles. What the fuck, dude?
人を呪わば穴二つ。荒木君、繰り返しになるけど、この言葉をよく覚えて、この言葉の意味もよく考えておいてね。荒木君がどう思ってるのか知らないけれど、いつかは僕もこの町を出ていく。
So,
この言葉の意味もよく考えておいてね。荒木君がどう思ってるのか知らない。
I'm guessing I was right,
いつかは僕もこの町
but I'll be leaving this town someday. Huh.
を
Huh.
出ていく。
Huh.
そうなった時、僕はもう荒木君の相談に乗ってあげることはできないんだよ。
Uh.
怪異ってのはさ、 意図的に関わるべきものじゃないんだ。
True.
でも荒木くんはほっといていいものまでどうにかしようとする傾向にあるよ。でも知ってしまったらどうしようもないだろう。見て見ぬふりはできないよ。いっそ委員長ちゃんみたいに全部忘れちゃえればよかったかい。忘れるなんて意地悪言っちゃったかな。安心していいよ。ここまで深い仲になったんだ。ある日突然挨拶もなしで姿を消したり。
That's a 5-head prediction, man.
大人だからね。そこら辺はわきまえてる。
1614 got it.
進路のことを考えるついでにそういうことを考えてみてもいいと思うよ。手当たり次第人を助けようとするのは無責任だってことか。
No, it's irresponsible to quite literally try and be everyone's savior. Having a savior complex about like, hey, you know what, they need help, so I'm going to go out and save everyone I can. One thing is to be able to do it effortlessly or like, you know, do it out of a humanitarian purpose, but just doing it for the sake of like, hey, this is out of my way, or hey, I know I have personal issues, but I'd rather first help my friend out with everything that they have before, I don't know, I try and stabilize myself at least to like a decent state. That's where the issue, starts coming in. I can save her. Yeah, I can fix her. Dude, maybe that's not your job. Maybe like, you know, people have to sometimes go through life troubles. And I don't know, not necessarily be fixed, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's the best way I can put it.
でも星野、僕はお前みたいになれないよ。僕は1割くらい吸血鬼。
In case you guys are wondering, why are you saying that? Because literally, all the issues that you guys have gone through, all the interpersonal conflicts, your narrative stories that you tell yourself, sometimes the humanistic moments in which people are able to reach out to you with you and empathize, the arguments that you've had with your brothers, or some, you know, perspectives that you've had that have been challenged, everything that you've gone through, especially the challenges, make you grow as an individual, right? Especially if you face them on yourself without really needing to, like, even if others were helping you out, they help you grow, but not as much as those interpersonal trials, or those like interpersonal stories that you've been able to go ahead and develop and change for yourself. That's how you grow. That's how you're able to go ahead and take those first steps. That's how you're able to go ahead and like not just put a fucking band-aid on something and keep going forward. Because it feels as though every single time he's helping someone, it's like putting a band-aid on a situation that's about to fucking break, dude. I can save her. I can fix this. Like, no.
荒木くんは忍ちゃんを見捨てればいつだって完全な人間に戻れるんだ。僕としてはそれも忘れないでほしいな。
荒木先輩。
You can abandon Shinobu, become human. Oh, the snakes. Oh, she's doing the Harlem Shake, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me hide it. Let me hide it. I know. But she's doing the Harlem Shake, ladies and gentlemen. This is a rough one. That's a really bad joke. Oh, crap. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. Oh God, dude. Yeah, really dating the show with those dancers. We have to. Alright, what time am I supposed to come back out of this one? 18:20. Two snakes, yep. Yep. She probably cursed herself in some way, dude. Ooh. Bro, that's... Okay. All right, it looks decent now, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring it back up. Yeah. Damn, dude, this snake is. I guess Ara-kun hasn't realized the only way to beat a snake is by putting fox dye in it. Nanomachines, son. You know, you don't have to go ahead and go directly to a snake because most snakes know CQC. You know, and liquid snakes can have a solid snake brother as well. You know, or a solid disc snake at some point. So you got to be able to go on in there, call in the Patriots. Ultra violence on screen, yeah. Ooh. Looks decent. Fucking love bloom on the battlefield, apparently, bro. There, CQC. Bruh. Snake? Snake? Snake! That's funny, dude. Fuck. Oh, great. Not all the time. Have I watched the silent voice? I have. Finally, someone's saying it. It's like, you gotta fucking save yourself, dude. Finally, don't. Yeah, we're completing the Nadeko snake. Sometimes you just can't beat a snake, man. See, that's my point, is fuck him, dude. Legitimately, fuck him. I'm sorry, dude. You put a curse on someone? Fuck you. Straight up, like, hey, yo, it's like if a snake was coiling around Brady's neck, right? And one of them was for Brady and the other one was for the individual that, like, you know, did it to Brady. Yeah, of course I'm gonna say Brady, but fuck the guy that did it. Hey, we'll go after him. I don't give a shit, dude. I'm not gonna fucking like, you know, I'm not gonna fucking go after, like, you know, try and save the other dude. Even, like, you know, self-care, dude. At that point, hey, you can only do so much in that series, brother. To be fair, a middle school student probably didn't know. He shouldn't be fucking around with the weird shit, yeah? Even in Monogatari, Snake is superior to TQC. He was taught, man. He was taught. He was a special agent, you know? Self-care, fuck him, dude. That's the best way to put it. But no, dude, like, because think about it this way. It can be really, really... yeah, it's their fault for cursing themselves in this regard. Hey, what comes around goes around. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Brady had it, I would say Brady, but the guy that sent it to Brady, I'd be like, yo, fuck him. And I know he'd probably say, hey, yo, fuck him too, dude. So, yeah. All right, what's the TOS coming up? Or is that it? No want Snake.
頑張る。本当に。
See, he apologizes, but I bet your ass he's gonna go and save someone else in the next story. And like completely forget the lesson of self-care. Don't step on snake.
蛇は帰る。使わしたものの場所へと。呪いを持ち帰るために。
赤弓お兄ちゃん。
カンバルの判断は正しかった。怪異もどきの僕が怪異そのものに対応できるわけもない。
See, but there's a difference, though. There's a huge difference. Relapsing means he's already started the point of starting to change, right? He's already started the point of self-care and all of this. Saying sorry and not really meaning it is not relapsing. Big difference. You can say sorry in 1,001 ways, right? But if you're not actively wanting to change, and if you haven't even thought about changing in the first place, you haven't relapsed. You've just stayed at the same place and used sorry as the excuse. So that is the number one like key thing. And yeah, you know, people do relapse. Relapsing is normal. I'm not going to fucking deny that, especially as you start to change, you know. 10% relapse then. Yeah, as you start to change, like, you know, you will relapse. It happens occasionally and you have to go into no, I'm sure it was serious at that moment because of like, you know, what was happening to the friend. But it was serious to her, but was it real for himself? That's the question you got to ask yourself. You know, as a therapist, that's what I'd ask. So you said sorry to her, but, you know, and you might have meant it to her, but did you mean it to yourself as well? What does sorry mean to you? Why does it mean that to you? You know?
単に諦めきれなかっただけだ。
かやみお兄ちゃん、助けてくれてありがとう。
やめてくれ戦国。お願いだから。ありがとうなんて言わないでくれ。お前からそんなことを言ってもらう資格はない。僕はあろうことか、お前を呪った人間までも助けようとしていたのだから。
Interesting episode. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, well, thank God. I think this is just a preview for what's to come, yeah? Really interesting episode. I think that there's a lot to go ahead and take in from that. Specifically that, like, you know, you can literally put yourself in harm's way by helping others, and it's true. And the thing is, like, helping others, it doesn't, if you're helping others for the benefit of money or for the benefit of whatever, you're never going to get a satisfaction out of it, right? Even if it's to like attune for your own sins or guilt tripping or whatever, that's only temporary until you start to work on yourself. And I think that this is like Arakun is exemplary of this, and it's a good way of being able to point that out. Like, hey guys, even in your own life, you know, we all have issues, we all go through shit, good, bad. Sometimes we carry feelings of guilt with us. We carry toxic situations, breakups that hurt, 101 things. But you know, before starting to push onto others to try and fix or help others, try and be there for yourself. Try and help yourself and try and care about yourself in whatever way that means to you. Because at the end of the day, this is, you know, in a narrative way of speaking, this is your journey, right? And the story that you want to share with others can only be written by you. So try and make those connections and try and make this story however you want it to go ahead and be written, you know, and try and make it as fun or as awesome as you want it to be at the end of the day. But getting caught in the circle of pain or getting caught in circles of bad influences, bad environment, people trying to take advantage of you, or situations where you're literally in compassion fatigue mode, you have to have someone there that can call it out, whether it's yourself or a friend or someone that can be like, hey, you know what? Maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you need some time for yourself. Because damn it, if no one can be a self-advocate for you, know that, like, I'm at least going to try and be a self-advocate and say, guys, practice some self-fucking care. I love all of you. This has been a wild ride. Bake has been a wild ride so far. There's been a lot of interesting development character-wise. Best way for me to put it. But yeah, I kind of hope we see these characters in the future, you know, going forward. But specifically the girl, I've completely forgot her name. I hope that we see her in the future as well. Anyway, that brings us to the end of Sake, Brady, or if you want to jump on, feel free to jump on as I make the next poll or the next wheel spin for these individuals here. Man, what a fucking episode. Like, the more I'm thinking about it, the wilder it gets. Like, You'll regret that hope, Ed. What? The hope that, like, we get to see them again? I mean, hey, it is what it is. All right, let me see. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second, guys. Next 5 arcs of the season. All right, guys, really quick. Sure thing. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm also going to go into a break real quick as soon as we get the animes in, and I leave them to vote for the animes. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is your opportunity to go ahead and vote, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead and leave your name, state your name for the record, for the court. So you guys can go back in